everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I've got a special guest with me, my mother-in-law, Miss Gertie Carroll. Say hello, Gertie.
Hello.
And Gertie's going to show us how she makes her homemade fried pies. We're going to get started right now with our fruit for the fried pies. It's a kind of a process. You have to cook your fruit and make your filling, and then we'll do the pie dough. So let's turn around here, Gertie, and tell them what we're going to do over here on the stove.
We're gonna fry apples.
We're going to fry apples, she said. So what do we got in our skillet?
Butter.
Butter. So we're putting 1 stick of butter, and we're going to let that start melting down. And we've got 3 fresh apples. We just use Gala apples. Is there a certain kind you like the better, Gertie?
No. Well, most people use the green apple. What is it?
Granny Smith?
Yeah.
Woo!
But it's too salty. I made
Yes.
too sour.
Too sour for you? We got a little water in here too. We're going to let that. All right, so Gertie, did we put our sugar in yet?
No, you wait till you get them almost done, then put your sugar in them.
Okay. So we're going to let these cook down. We're going to let the butter melt. And should we put a lid on it? Don't put a lid on it? All right. So tell them what we're fixing to make here.
We're fixing to make apricot pies.
Apricot pies.
Right.
So we bought some the dried apricots.
Yeah.
That's what they are, dried. They're kind of dry.
Yeah, they're dry.
They're kind of smooshy.
Yeah,
They're rubbery, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the way
All
they
right.
are.
Should we do this whole bag?
Yeah, that's it.
You think the whole bag? Okay.
Yeah, they don't make none.
They don't make much, she said. All right, that was a 16-ounce bag. All right, and tell me what to do now, Gertie.
Put water in.
Okay, so we're going to cover them with water.
Yeah, come on.
Apricot pies. So we're going to cover these with some water.
Put them up so they that'll be good right there.
Right there, that was about 2 cups of water.
But you'll probably have to put some more, you know.
Okay, so we're going to have to watch them.
Yes.
Watch them and don't let them boil dry.
Give me a spoon to stir these.
Okay. You want, what kind of spoon do you want?
Regular spoon.
Like that? All right, so we're going to stir the apples. And now she said we could put a lid over these apricots.
Yep.
So we're going to get them cooking, and we're just going to let them simmer for probably what you said, about an hour it takes on the dried apricots. Okay, so about an hour on the dried apricots. After the apples and the apricots cook down, step back over here with me if you want.
We're going to put them in the Frigidaire and let them cool.
We're going to put some salt, some sugar on them.
Oh,
We're going to put some sugar on them. We put cinnamon on that.
Cinnamon on the apples.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to put cinnamon and sugar on the apples.
Yeah.
Sugar on the apricots.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put them in some pie pans and set them in the freezer and let them cool down so it doesn't tear our dough.
It will if you don't, you know.
It will tear the dough?
Mhm.
Okay. All right, so y'all come back. Keep watching.
Tell them we're going to make the dough next.
Yes, next we're going to make the dough. We'll be right back with you with that dough. Thanks.
Betty will
We've
say
got
that.
our apples. We kind of chopped them up as they're cooking, as they're getting soft.
Yeah.
And then, are you ready for sugar?
Yeah. And cinnamon.
And cinnamon. Okay. We're ready for sugar and cinnamon.
I guess that's it.
How much sugar you think? A cup? How much do you usually put in there? I know Donnie wants them a little sweeter.
I put a cup in.
A cup? Alright, so we're putting a cup of sugar.
Spread it around. It might be too much.
That might be a little too much.
Yeah.
I believe that's good right there. That was 3/4 of a cup of sugar to 3 apples and a stick of butter. Now, if your hand gets hot, I'll get you a longer spoon.
We're going to put these big stuff in. You didn't put no cinnamon.
No, I didn't. All right. Do you do like a teaspoon of cinnamon or just sprinkle it in there?
I just sprinkled it in mine, but whatever you think you want in there. Yeah, these are coming on now.
Getting ready? They're
Yeah,
getting good?
They're getting ready.
Alright, I'm going to put about a teaspoon of cinnamon in them.
Yeah, because
Because we like cinnamon. We like a lot of cinnamon.
Bill won't eat about a cinnamon.
Oh, we love it. So now we're going to just let that kind of cook down.
Let it fix up the
Oh,
corn stuff.
okay.
This will fix it for this too.
Okay, so what we're fixing to do now to thicken the juice on the apples, she says she puts about a teaspoon of cornstarch. Is that what you
Well,
said?
it takes more than that
Or
for
take
both of them.
for both of them. All right, because we're going to put it in
About 3, because you're going to use
both the apricots and the apples to thicken the juice. And I'll just put some water in there with it and dissolve it.
Yeah,
Now she's had a potato masher. I don't know if you see what she's doing there, and she's mashing
the apples.
the apples to go into the pies.
Now we'll get to the rest of it ready.
Yeah, we'll get there. I might have put too much water in this cornstarch, but I don't think so.
Just drain a little of it off.
Well, I've done got it. We'll just use what we can, what we want. You want me to add it now? Add some now?
I think you're most enough, don't you?
I do. Alright, let's see.
Just wait till I get where it's
Is that enough? You could have stirred it with that. Alright, these apples are thickening up. I'm going to bring the camera over and show the apples. I think you can see them. We got a lot of cinnamon in those apples. But we like cinnamon. If you don't like it, you don't have to put that much in it.
They'll taste good.
They'll taste real good. Yeah.
Test them for me.
Alright, give me the fork. The apricots, now she said that you would do peaches the same way if you bought dried peaches.
Yeah, them about ready.
These are about ready. They're real, they're tender. You just boil them. Let's see, we've been boiling them probably about 45 minutes.
Takes a long time. But drain part of that juice off.
Okay. I'm
And
going to
then
drain
put
part of the juice off.
Put your sugar in, and then put
Alright, let me get a hot,
your
a mitt because
bowl with it.
what you need? A bowl?
It's like a cake pan or something,
Something.
where it be out and spread them out.
Spread them out? Okay.
Then they'll get cool a lot quicker.
Alright. Alright, we're going to pour these apples, they're done. We're pouring them in a cool pan so they can cool down. If they're too hot, when you put them in the pie dough, it makes the pie dough tear. So, we got them mashed up. Alright. Now, what do you usually do with them?
I put them in the freezer.
Okay.
I put them in top of it so it cool fast.
In the freezer part?
Yeah.
So we're going to set these up in the freezer part of the refrigerator and let them cool down.
Till it
All
just
right.
get good.
Okay, so let me show them. All right, so we've got our apricots and they've boiled down and they're real soft. We drained some of the water off of them. And
Now we're gonna mash.
now Gertie says we're going to mash them.
Yeah. Put a little more. Put a little.
Okay, let's turn this down a little bit. Here's the masher.
Won't hurt yours though. Just put water on.
Yeah, it's not hurting mine. We're going to just mash them on this heat. You can take them off the heat and mash them.
Oh yeah, you can. Well, I do because I'll burn my top tonight.
Because you don't want to damage your stove top.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Put some sugar.
You think that's good enough? There's some of them still
Some of
kind of
them's
big.
big, yeah.
Let me. Now you could put this in a blender if you wanted it blended more finely. But this is how Gertie does hers, and I wanted to do them just like she does hers.
Now all we gotta do is sugar them.
Okay?
Just let them get that sugar,
All right.
Then
Let's go.
we'll put the
Okay, so I'm gonna do again about, there's more apricots there than there were apples.
They will need more than that.
So I'm gonna do about a cup.
That's enough.
That's enough. About a cup of sugar.
We'll have them all fixed up here in a minute.
Yeah. We're gonna put these in the freezer too.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna put these in.
Once it's all not mashed up, you can do that when you burn them out.
Okay.
We'll put you,
Put my cornstarch. I about forgot it. So we mix some cornstarch and water again to thicken our juice.
just hold
Is that
it.
enough?
I don't know, just wait till me.
Okay.
Because if they're sloppy, they'll run out in grease.
Okay, they need to be thick.
It'll make a whole bunch. It'll make about 9, 10 pies.
Woo!
Will.
We're gonna have too many pies, aren't we?
Now you get some to your daddy.
I'll do it. Roger Valentine's gonna want a pie? Yeah, I bet so.
Who?
Roger Valentine. He said he wanted some pies.
He did. Well,
Do we need a little more?
I don't think so.
You think it's good? Just
Well-
let it cook a minute and it'll thicken. The more it cooks, the thicker it'll get.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah.
We're ready to put them out, I think.
You think they're ready?
Mm-hmm. See, it's got some pieces you can mash again when
Right.
they get out there.
You think we ought to taste of it and make sure it's sweet enough?
Yeah, and I ain't. I never tasted nothing I cook.
I taste everything I
I
cook.
never tasted nothing. Some of them women say, you mean you don't taste of that good apple? I mean, good banana pudding.
That's good.
You think it tastes all right?
Mhm. Yep.
But I don't ever put some.
Donnie, you want to taste it?
See if it's got enough sugar.
See if it's sweet enough. All right.
He don't want to.
Okay, you ready? There's your pan over there. You want me to do it?
Yeah, my arm.
Okay, let me do it.
Thanks for my arm.
All right.
This broke arm.
Yeah.
I have to take 2 arms. See, you see the one that's kind of need to mash. Spread them out as much as you can, and that'll make them. That'll make them cool quicker.
Okay.
But we'll get these dishes cleaned out while we're waiting. No, we gotta fix the dough.
Well, yeah, but we'll wait and let the things cool down. We're gonna set this one up in the freezer too.
Yeah.
Let it cool down. And then we're gonna work on our dough. We'll come back with our dough.
Show you how to do it.
Show you how to do it. We're back ready to make our dough. And it's gonna take us 3 cups of all-purpose flour. So there's 1.
Is that a cup?
That's a cup. And there's 2. I'm gonna have this flour everywhere.
Yeah, I do too.
And she just put a teaspoon of salt in there. There's 3.
Okay, here, make your hole in it,
Okay.
like that right there.
Let me dust my hands off.
And we'll put this
All right,
in there.
so we're gonna make a hole in it. What have you got there? What are you fixing to put in?
shorten it.
Shortening? How
Now
much?
you have, about 3 spoonfuls, I guess. That's about what I put in.
Okay, your recipe says 1/3 of a cup, but
Yeah,
she
but
said it was about 3
I don't never
big-
put that much.
spoonfuls.
Cause you're gonna fry them, you know.
Uh-huh. All right.
Take your hand, just work it where it'll be like crumbles.
Okay.
Then put your egg in that buttermilk, the way I do.
Okay, so I'm working this shortening into the flour with my hands. And we've got set aside a cup of buttermilk and 1 egg. So we're gonna put that egg in the buttermilk and beat it. Is that what we're gonna
Yeah,
do?
that's what I do.
Okay. You wanna do that while I'm doing this?
Hand me egg.
Can you reach?
You probably can't reach them that
Let me just slide them over here and see if you can reach them. Now, can you reach one?
Yeah.
All right.
Every time mine drop where they break at the end.
I know it. That's so aggravating.
They do that every time. I said, what's got wrong with you eggs?
Is this good or do I need to do more?
That'll be all right.
It feels like it's kind of mixed in there pretty good.
That just makes it,
Get all the way through it. Cuts it into the dough. If you had a pastry cutter, I bet that would work too.
yeah, they talk about pastry cutter a lot.
I have one, but I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it.
Clean your hands up.
All right, so
We start with,
you know what I didn't get out? My dough roller. Put there, right there. There you go. All right, so
all right, you stir this,
okay, I'm gonna go over here to the sink and dust my hands off.
wash your hands.
All right, need wash it.
And just keep stirring it till you get all that flour.
Okay.
And if it's still sticky, you'll have to use a little more
All
flour.
right. There's dough roller in that drawer right behind us if you want to get it out. Or we can use that one over there.
A little shorten will be the best, I guess. That wooden one that you got.
This one?
Yeah.
She wants to use this one.
I've got one that William ordered me off TV. It's real good, but it's so big and long.
All right, she's over there while I'm doing this. She is putting shortening
To fry me.
to fry 'em in, and she fries hers in an electric skillet. That's the best thing to fry 'em in,
It sure is.
because you can regulate the temperature.
That's right. You would have been on the floor, wouldn't you? I believe this will be enough.
Okay, is that about a half a can or what? About a quarter of a can?
Yeah. What's it?
We'll let it melt down and see
How
how much it is. Okay.
You'll have to set this because I can't see it. I put it on, well, it's plumb around there.
It's on off, is where it's at right now. I turned it off. Is this worked enough or do I need to work it more?
Let me tell you, I can tell you. Well, take your hand and flirt it with.
All right.
And tell where it's
I need
good.
some flour though, don't I?
Yeah.
All right.
Then you just flirt it, you take and work it in.
Knead it.
Yeah.
Knead it. She calls that flirting it.
I said flirt it.
All right. I should flour my board, right?
Huh? Yeah.
I should flour my board.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you have to flour it when you go to make dough.
Right. So I'm gonna flour my board.
You'll sure have to clean up when we get done, won't you?
I will. I'll have it all over my belly.
Yeah, no, I guess.
I'll have it all over my belly.
You have to re-flour it every time you go to roll it out
Yeah.
anyway.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna
Work it again after you get it out there.
like this.
Yeah. Then roll your balls up. What you think it'll take to make.
Oh, so you go ahead and make little balls
About this big.
for each pie.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I gotta get my little pie maker thing out too. I
Yeah.
didn't get it out. All right. Is that looking good?
That's looking good.
You think it's worked enough?
I guess you can tell if it's, take the ball off of it, roll it. If it's too sticky, you know, let's see
No,
how
it's
big.
not.
It needs to be bigger than that.
Needs to be bigger than that. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause it's got
That's
pretty
yummy.
big. I guess that'll do it.
You
Might
think
not.
that's big enough?
It might not be.
All right.
We'll
You
roll-
want to do one and see?
Yes, what I'll say.
All right. Let me grab this little thing down here that she came up with. this little tool.
I wanted William to order me some bigger ones. This a little bit.
Oh, those are just right.
You like them like this?
Mm-hmm. All right, Grandma. You want me to do it or you want to do
You
it?
can do it.
Okay, I can do it, y'all. You heard her. All right, so I'm just going to roll it out.
You can see.
Is that what I'm going to do? Just roll it out like this? I have made fried pies before, y'all.
Put a little,
I'm just wanting
you
to
need
do 'em.
put a little more flour on your pie,
Like hers.
but keep on rolling. It's not thin enough.
All right, we got to roll it really thin.
Now let's see if it'll work on it. Long way. Use it the long way. Oh yeah, that's all right. Now it needs to come up. Oh, come over too far. Now then, where's your egg white?
Well, you didn't tell me I needed egg white.
Gotta have some egg white and a brush, and brush this all the way around
Okay.
to keep it.
The white of the egg.
Yeah.
Okay. There's some egg white.
Beat it up. It's gotta beat it because it's sloppy.
Sloppy.
Yeah, here's a fork.
It's got a little dough on it, but I'm just gonna rake it off. We're gonna put it on the dough, aren't we?
Yeah,
Do I need to put a little water in it? The egg white?
you can. It just keeps it from being so cloudy, you know.
Mm-hmm. Makes it go a little
Now,
further.
take your brush and just go right, where you go like this, and it won't tear up the dough.
Okay.
Just brush it like that.
All right. Let me check the. I'll get the apple first, cause
Yeah,
that's.
stick your finger in. If it's a little cool, wait a bit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the butter's already sitting back up in it.
Yeah, that needs stirring.
There's a spoon right there in front of you. You can stir it with. All right, so I'm gonna brush the pie dough.
And don't let me knock it off.
Okay. Around the edge. This makes it stick together, right?
Yeah, it does.
Mhm.
Because if you don't, it'll
Okay.
come apart.
All right.
I didn't know that till Mike told me.
Oh. All right. So let me reach across you.
Stir it up, yeah.
Yeah, cause the butter's already sitting up here.
Well, I just make sure you're eating with this right here.
Okay.
Put it right across here.
So put a spoon.
About 2 spoons
All right.
would be about enough.
So 2 spoons.
See, that's enough now.
There we go.
Just pick that booger up, put it down like that. I use my dough roller to make it cloud. Then I just take my hand and I go right around that. Don't have to fool with the knife.
But if you don't have one of these, what would you do? If you didn't,
Make it with my hand.
but you would lay a saucer
Yeah,
on your dough and
I
cut
would.
it out with your knife,
I would do it.
and then fold them over, and you would take a fork, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And
And go
close
around.
the seam.
Oh, it's
Okay.
it's done.
Is it hot enough?
I don't know.
Has it got enough in it? It's not up very deep.
We'll try one.
You think we're ready for one?
All you got to do is just put them like that.
Okay, let me turn this around here.
Ooh, God dog, it's hot to your finger.
Is it hot to your finger?
No,
So,
it's
okay, the grease is not coming up over the top of the pie.
No, it
So
don't
we don't
have-
want it like fully immersed in the
No,
grease.
it don't have to be coming
Gotcha.
up to the top. of it.
Okay,
That
I'm
make-
gonna bring the camera
that'll
over.
Make them too greasy.
Okay,
Make the pie too greasy.
so that would make the pie too greasy.
All right, there's your another baby.
So that's about how deep we got it. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, when you go to turn it over, you have to turn it
Here's
over
the
like,
seven.
yeah, hold it with this.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Oh, there we go.
sometimes it's better to, where it's
Ooh, it's blowing up on us.
a little bit too much apple in
Uh-oh. It'll be all right.
it. Yeah, it won't blow up that thing.
Okay. I wonder if this one's ready to flip because it's getting brown
I
around the edge
think they do
too.
better if you turn them over this way.
Okay, I'll turn them that way.
Here's,
Hand me that spatula. and let
here's
me-
that big one for to turn them over, and the little one just, oh, that's all right though. I do that. It's kind of nice and easy.
There we go. Oh, I might have busted that one.
Now you can bust that up.
Ooh.
That oven might be ready.
It's getting close.
Don't wait till they get black or anything.
No, you don't want to burn them.
Mm-mm.
All right, I'm gonna let it cook a minute, and I'll brush this one, and then I'll flip it.
We'll have to make some more dough for our others.
We made a lot of filling,
Yeah.
so we're gonna
Just
have
don't put as much apples this
to.
time.
Okay, so there's a lesson. Don't fill them too full.
No, because they'll swell up.
They swell up. So let's see. This is
I gotta
starting.
make these balls and put them in there. They're in my way.
That one probably would have been all right for another
Yeah,
minute.
you can just turn him over again directly. When he gets done,
Okay.
on the other side, turn him over again.
Okay. I've got you out of the camera shot. How's that? Is that enough filling?
Yeah,
Okay.
see, they swell up. I get a little bit too much every once in a while. It just makes it,
Easier to.
yeah. And when you start out with this, just kindly, don't jerk it, but just kindly get it up quick, see?
Oh,
Make
okay.
sure it's on the right side to come out, and that makes it,
Okay. You think this first one's done?
I like it. Well, turn him over again, see? See if he's brown. Yeah, that's brown enough, ain't it?
I think so.
You need
Let me get
some
a
paper towels.
paper towels to drain them on.
Yeah, that's what I do now.
Okay.
I do it too. I put this big long thing where I can lay them on.
I got one right here. This big cookie sheet.
It just takes 2 or 3.
There we go. Now,
I got that. I believe this should be all right to make a dozen out of it.
oh yeah, that
It's
you
thick
tear
enough.
off.
It's thicker enough. Sometimes it ain't.
We've got this set on. Did you want it on 350?
It should be on 4.
All right, then I need to turn it up a little bit.
That's the reason it ain't getting hot.
Yeah, 400 on our electric skillet is what we want it on. All right. You want me to go ahead and just use the rest of this apple and we'll make more
Yeah.
dough and make those
We'll
separate?
just use some more dough for the
Okay.
chocolate ones. And
The apricot ones. Over just to let it brown just a little more.
that'll come off they won't.
So I'm gonna show them
Oh,
our first pie. There's our first one. It's out of the grease.
Turn them like this now, and you turn it several better. You
Mhm.
put your thing here and turn.
Okay.
That's the way that.
I'm gonna check out this one right
Johnny went to
here.
sleep. He said he wasn't gonna listen at us.
Oh, I don't think he's asleep.
That is brown enough.
You
too.
think that one's ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Let me get it out. Now, usually she makes these all by herself.
Yeah, that's 30 of them.
Takes a while, don't it?
Yeah, it does. I get tired. But we're gonna not cook your chocolate till you get your others, cause it messes up the dough.
The chocolate will mess up your grease. Sometimes they
Mess
seep
up?
out
Yeah,
into your grease.
mess up the grease. That don't seem to be getting hot. Did you put those?
I
on?
did.
before.
I did. I think it might need a little more grease in it.
Might do
No.
it. It might do it.
I kicked it up though. It's a.
Is it getting a little
I
hot?
think it's starting to get a little hotter.
That there don't get as good and hot like mine did.
Like your old.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go ahead and get the apricots out.
yeah, and let them be we don't want them too cold.
We got a bunch of those.
Yeah, we'll have to make some more dough.
We'll have to make more dough.
Just set them over somewhere
All
out
right.
our way and we'll go do it.
We can do it.
We can do it. It won't take 15 minutes.
So y'all see that she just separated her dough out into individual balls. Show them how big a ball that is, Gertie. Show that camera. Hold
This
it up.
big.
About the size of the palm of your hand.
Of course, you fix it however you want.
And then she rolls them out. And if, like we said, if you don't have one of these little tools, and you probably don't, let's do one with a saucer just to show them
All right.
how you can do that.
Yeah.
And you need a knife, don't you?
I sure do.
Just a butter knife or a sharp knife?
That don't make no difference.
Alright, so
Just so it'll cut.
lay the saucer down. She's done many of them like that over the years, hadn't you?
I sure have.
Before you got this little thing you've got now.
William bought that for me one night and I stayed all night over there.
Yep. So now she's just going to brush around the edges.
He said, Mama, I'll buy you a dough roller.
I've
I
got,
think your eggs back there gone.
yeah, we got some more egg. Yeah, that one was
Now then.
getting a little brown there. I need
Put
to get
apples
it.
on this.
Sure, that'd be fine.
Again.
The key to making them good is to roll it out thin enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because if it's not thin enough, it's not going to be real good. Alright, so now she's just going to take a fork and seal off the edges.
Make sure you don't hit the side of your pie.
Yeah, make sure you don't stick your fork into the
Pie.
pie.
Now you just kind of mash it down like that, and that'll keep it.
And there's your pie.
Blow it a little bit.
Blow the,
Them pies,
extra-
these are getting too hot.
yeah, but they wasn't on the other side.
Oh, they what?
I had to flip them over. You're going to go ahead and roll another one out. Okay, we've about wiped out the apricots and we've got all the apple pies fried. We've got pies coming out our ears, don't we? So we're fixing to make some chocolate pies. Now Gertie makes the old-fashioned, what they call gritty chocolate pies. Ain't that what they call it?
Yeah.
The gritty ones. So we're gonna let her show you how she does this.
We're
She's
gonna make the gritty one.
gonna make the gritty ones. Now, Gertie says that we need to always fry your chocolate pies last,
Yeah, because it messes up your grease.
because it'll seep out in your grease and mess your grease up. So when you're done with all the other ones, now I'm gonna go ahead and add a little more shortening in here because I think we need it.
I think you
As you're frying these pies, you'll have to keep adding a little shortening along, or you can use oil. Gertie says she uses oil sometimes, don't you?
Yep.
Okay. Just make sure you keep enough in your pan. It's probably about a ½ inch deep, I guess. It don't come all the way up on top of the pie, but it comes up, about halfway up on the pie. Didn't you say that's about right?
I guess.
About halfway up on it? Because we're flipping them. Brown
Well,
one side and flip it. All right, Gertie, you tell them what you got here. What are you doing?
I'm making a chocolate pie.
Okay, how'd you
And-
make it?
I roll my dough out, and I take sugar and chocolate put in there, and then I put butter on top.
Okay, so you got about a cup of sugar
Yeah.
in your little bowl and 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder,
And
you mix that up in a bowl, and that's the grit. And you put it into the dough, and then you put a couple pats of butter.
I know what ain't no.
You hadn't brushed it? Here you go. A couple pats of butter on top of that chocolate. And when you put it in the hot grease, it makes that butter melt into the chocolate. I'm going to take that one out. All right. I'm ready for you chocolate pie. All right. Here we go. Here's the first one.
Have to be awful careful with it.
You gotta be very careful. And then, do you press down on these when you put them in the grease too?
Yeah.
Like you do the other ones?
Yeah, just.
She
easy
says just
enough.
kind of press the air out.
The air. Of course, you can't get much of it out, but
Because they will puff up on you.
yeah, they puff up.
Okay.
But it don't hurt them unless they bust. Now, sometimes they'll bust.
Right. I'm gonna get another pan to put our chocolate ones on.
So you know which is which.
Dough, as we tear the dough off, we put it to the side and it kind of gets dry. So to reuse it, if you put it back in your bowl and just, if it's too dry and doesn't work good for you,
Put a little water
put a
on
little water on it, moisten it up, and then you can use it.
it.
'Cause you don't want to waste all your dough.
I think this will work.
I think it'll work fine. You want to hand it over here? If you want to roll another one out, I'll go ahead and get this one
If you don't watch
going.
it. It's small, you know, not much. Here's your butter, too.
Okay.
I put 2 blocks of
2 pats of butter on it. Okay.
Mhm. Sticks to your hands, bad you can't do it.
Yeah, our butter's been sitting out and we got the kitchen heated up. It's soft. Okay. Here we go. Press down on it to get the air, as much of it out as you can.
Well, say if you punch holes in it, it'll go in the grease.
Right.
I said, Mama used to fry them and punch holes in them. But I guess it got in the grease. I don't remember.
Well, Gertie, you got anything to say?
I don't reckon. It just takes time, and that's all.
Yeah.
A
Can't-
whole lot of
You
time.
can't rush it, can you?
Uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
Because if you don't roll them thin good, they're not good. You just got to put some elbow grease on there. Keep on rolling.
Just keep on rolling.
Then it crawls up, you know, as you roll it.
Rolling that dough. Now this is probably gonna blow up.
Mash it just a little bit. Keep mashing.
There went some air out. I don't know.
It'll be all right.
Let me check this one out. I think it might be done. No,
It's brown a little bit
needs to
more.
brown a little bit more.
You might
You just
have-
want them a good golden brown. All right, now that one's leaking.
it is.
We got one blowed up, but that's all right. I mean, considering as many as we fried,
It'll eat.
it'll eat. That's right. I'll eat it. I eat the ugly ones.
That's the way I do. If I have one that blows up like that, I'll eat it.
But look at this. These are not ugly.
No, it's nice, ain't it?
Those are nice. Those are pretty.
We could probably sell them, don't you?
I bet we could. Anybody want to buy any fried pies? We better hush. We'll have a job we don't want.
That's right.
Woo.
No, we're about to ready to quit.
We about done with this job. All right, so we're just gonna finish up these chocolate pies, and then we'll be finished. We'll clean up the mess, and we'll show y'all
Open
how good they look when we get them all done.
Well, hey, tell them, show them how good they taste.
Come over here, Tim's Timmy. All right, we have got, how many pies did I say we made?
You asked the wrong one.
37.
I think so.
We made 37 pies. Didn't take too awful long. We've been working for a while. We had fun though, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
We did. Let's show them our pies. Let's step back and show them our pies.
We had a good time.
We did.
That's the reason I make pies. I get blue and I just make
We've got chocolate. We have apple. And we have apricot. Apricot, we use that a lot of times because it's hard to find the peaches. The dried peaches, and you can find the dried apricots a lot easier. Gertie's going to sit down. She's give out. She's going to rest a little while. We've made a big mess in the kitchen. But I am going to try a pie.
try one of the chocolate.
The chocolate pies are my favorite ones of the fried pies.
They swell.
These are still hot.
They're really swell.
Mhm.
They taste good. See
Mm.
that buttermilk is on the inside of
It did.
it.
Mm.
It is.
They're so good. The butter melted into the chocolate.
I thought one
Mhm.
next time that's what I'll do.
See,
But I just pieced it up in little plain.
that chocolate is in there. I don't eat these much. I usually rarely ever eat a fried pie. But I'm going to eat this one. It's really good.
You better eat it.
It's running everywhere. Okay, I will post the recipe for the pie crust.
Oh yeah, I gotta get mine.
You can top these with anything, or fill these. You don't top them, you fill them. Any kind of fruit filling you like. They're really good with lemon filling, like a lemon pie filling. Peaches, cherries, pineapple. She was telling me about making pineapple ones.
They're really good.
Really good pineapple, coconut.
Use the crushed pineapple and then you put a little cornstarch in it. to
Use
make-
crushed pineapple, put a little cornstarch to make it thick. You sweeten it a little more with a little more sugar.
I put just a little more sugar.
Little sugar in it. That does sound good. Okay, y'all, fried pies. It takes a lot. It's a labor of love. It takes a lot of time and work, but they're not really hard. You just have to have patience while frying them and just stay with it. But that's our fried pies. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye. Say bye, Gertie.
Bye-bye.
Gertie says bye-bye. Have a good day.